It's a Friday. Good afternoon. Lovely to be back. Welcome to Afternoon Express right here on SABC3. I'm Bonang Jeannie.
And I'm GDT. Welcome. You're looking so fabulously skinny.
I know,
sexy in those little
We look like
jeans.
we're actually going to Coachella. Look at us. We're so festive.
We like twins today. We've got such an interesting array of guests in the loft today, starting off with one of South Africa's longest-standing comedians, Alan Committie. He's hysterical, and he's going to be here today.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Also, one of South Africa's most respected musicians, DJs, musical
Club owner, promoter.
I mean, Shaun Duvet basically does every single thing in the local music scene. He's also one of the most influential people. He brought Ultra to South Africa. We're going to be picking his brain later on in the loft.
Of course, and we also have local director and producer of a local indie film called Necktie Youth, and they're going to be in the loft. Amazing film, opening this weekend in cinemas, so make sure you get to go and see it. Bunny, what are you making us in the kitchen?
Good afternoon, South Africa. I'm Bonnie Booley. Welcome to your favorite kitchen. We are celebrating summer in the kitchen today, and Tandy Malinga from Woolies is joining us today, and we're going to be making a summer berry semi-freddo. What's a semi-freddo?
So a semi-freddo is a semi-frozen dessert, which basically has the consistency of a mousse.
Wow.
Very, very popular in summer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Semi-frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I'll remember it. But and then we're making a cooler as well.
And then we're making a delicious summer berry cooler.
Does it have a bit of a spike of something
Always.
Intoxicating? Always. Nice. I can't wait. But for now, let's join Jeannie on the couch with Alan Committie.
Thanks, Bonnie. Now, he's one of our country's longest-standing comedians, having written and performed more than 10 one-man shows over the past 20 years in South Africa, the UK, and the USA. Considered the one-man committee of comedy, joining us on the couch is Alan Committie. Welcome.
Isn't it nice? I haven't been to the afternoon version yet, so this is a couch. This is... You can do things on this, can't you?
You can do. I like a good couch that you can do
I've heard that you do. I saw the thing on the internet. I couldn't believe it. I had to turn the picture upside down before it made sense. I don't even know what that means.
I take a lot of those pictures. It's all in the angles.
That's right. Angle is very... Are we allowed to be talking about any of this? What are we saying?
Of course. We're allowed to say whatever we want. In fact, I want to know
what I love about
everything.
Everything. Right. Let's start at the
Tell
very
me
beginning.
from the very beginning. In all seriousness, though, you have been in the industry forever.
All right, settle down. I'm not that old.
No,
you keep
but that's
touching
what
me
I
on
was
that
going to
in a
say.
suggestive way, but let's just calm down.
I do that a lot. I'm a tactile person.
So am I.
You're the only one to complain, though.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just getting very excited.
Tell me something. You haven't aged, not
Bless
one bit.
you.
And you have been in the industry for such a long time. What do you think it is about you, I suppose, that has given you such staying power?
Sure, that's a very hard-hitting first question. I like it.
Thank you.
I guess one of the reasons is because my shows are pretty family-orientated in the sense that they're reasonably clean. They're a bit naughty bits, but you know, the language is clean. I can appeal to both the kind of younger people and, the older gen. Yeah, although we're tackling some interesting topics. This particular stand-up show, The Sound of Laughter, which, you know, through the title, it is kind of clear we sent up The Sound of Music initially, or that was the idea. Kind of explores all the many kind of foibles and madnesses of living in this amazing city and country of ours.
I mean, there's so much to comment on.
So much to talk about. Every night it feels like a little bit more. We had, you know, this last weekend, I had to go on stage just 15 minutes after that magnificent result in the rugby.
Yeah.
So that was in itself quite tricky
I'm not
too.
even eating sushi anymore.
I have heard that. We've got to take a stance at some point. So, so that longevity is, I guess, just because of the nature of the way I perform and the kind of material I do. But also, I think we do have an explosion of comedy in this country. We need to laugh at ourselves. That laughter is a release. And there's enough stuff that, you know, freaks us out, stresses us out, amongst all the amazing things.
Exactly. You're also working on another show called Mass Hysteria.
That's right.
What is that about?
Well, that's John Vlismus's baby, Joe Berg comic. He's done it for a number of years now, and essentially there it's a comedy parliament. So there's a whole host of comedians who've taken on political portfolios, and they come together in a comedy parliament, this time at Artscape, for a couple of weeks, and we basically unpack all the madness of this country.
And I mean, is that rehearsed or is that all ad-lib?
No, it's all ad-lib. We essentially can apply to John. He's the kind of convener of our comedy parliament.
We
Madam
apply
Speaker.
to
exactly,
Mr.
Madam
Speaker in this case.
And we apply and we can say what we'd like to talk about or what our portfolio we'd like it to be, and then we arrive on the day, and it's whatever you get out is out there.
Okay, so who have you been?
So in the past, last year I was Minister of Education and Literacy with an S.
Okay.
This year it's Minister of Upgrades, and social media, because I think that's part of the things that I talk about in Sound of Laughter as well. You know, our preoccupation with social media, the madness around banting and health. There's so many fixations and obsessions we have in the modern world, and those are lovely comedy targets. Whenever people get obsessed or kind of worked up about something, there's always a way to kind of undermine it and take the legs out.
Exactly. Something that I love about your comedy, and I mean, speaking about John Vlismus himself, is that it's highly intelligent. It's really very well researched, I suppose, because even though it is comedy and it is funny, it's still very true, like a lot of the things that you say.
I think the point with a comedian is you live your life with a skewed perspective.
Yeah.
You know, everyone else sees everything, and we all experience the same irritations or joys or frustrations in everyday life. I was saying this to somebody the other day. A couple of weeks ago, I had quite a frustrating experience with my bank. And they've always been pretty good to me. And in a height of having lost my temper and in quite a strenuous and stressful conversation with them, in the back of my head, I kept thinking, this will be such a fantastic routine. So you're writing it almost as you're experiencing it. And I think that's the nature of comedians in this country. There's so, as you said earlier, there's so much stuff around us that you're working on stuff all the time. And yeah, I suppose you're trying to offer a different angle, a slightly different look on things.
Okay, so in that experience with your bank, would you have dropped a punchline with your bank?
Sometimes you try it, don't you? But often those punchlines come later because you can see the bigger picture once you've gone home and you go, well, I know how I could have manipulated that to make it even funnier.
Well, is that how your comedy almost comes about? You know, when you have an argument with somebody or you have a conversation with somebody, and then only later when you get home, you go, oh, I should have said that.
I wish I'd said,
Yes.
Although sometimes you say the thing and then instantly regret it because it's hilarious, but not to that person in that angry moment.
Okay.
And after you think, well, I've done that a couple of times as well. Oh, that's the perfect punchline.
I want to know what you said.
I'll tell you, this happened to me on the weekend at a shopping centre. I can't say which one. And as I was driving out, I got stuck behind a guy who was trying to... Men do this all the time. You know, when you've parked, you come in at the wrong angle and you can't quite get your ticket into the ticket machine. Now, women, what would they do? They'd get out of the car and then actually put the ticket in. Men don't do that.
I climb through the window.
Do you do the window? No, you see, men won't. It's a game to them. They will not be defeated. In fact, they won't use their feet.
Okay.
And then they'll attempt... this guy was literally stayed. I think he thought the machine would come to him in the end. And watching that, and then his wife or girlfriend arguing with him in the car, has become a whole little routine for me on stage. So you see this stuff all the time.
Well, I suppose you got a lot of that as well, and you obviously look at a lot of that because you did Defending the Caveman.
Yeah, 940 odd shows.
We had Tim Pluman here as well.
Right.
And I was like, so, tell me about it.
Exactly.
But you must have enjoyed that.
It was amazing, and in fact, we're now doing a kind of sequel to it next year. A kind of modernised version with all kinds of new material, so we'll be following up Caveman with our own Caveman, as it were, and we kind of feel it's time now.
What's it going to be called?
All those titles will be revealed very soon, but it'll be more tales from a caveman, that I can tell you.
Oh, fantastic.
Because there's so much, we do love a caveman. And I think there's a lot of material. We were talking about this the other day, how women, for example, when they're playing 30 Seconds, are extraordinary in that they can give their girlfriend the wrong clue and still get the right answer.
I am a 30 Seconds champ.
I believe it, I see it, I understand it.
Definitely.
Men aren't able to do that. We work in a much more literal way. We actually have to give the right clues to get the right answer.
Yes, you need 30 minutes.
Exactly, exactly.
Now, tell me something. Your comedy's also been so well received all over the world. I mean, do you think comedy, even though it is particularly South African, is still a universal
Absolutely,
language?
of course it is. And part of about 2 years ago, I kind of thought, well, it's time to kind of stretch the legs a little bit and to make myself nervous again. I love this country. I love what it's offered me as opportunities. But sometimes you just want to kind of lift the ceiling a little bit. Yes. And I went across to Los Angeles. I did some stuff in London. And
some stand-up.
Yeah, stand-up, essentially. And you've got to find the puzzle piece again. You've got to work out... You can't just say the obvious things that you know will get a laugh here. You've got to work out, what will still get a laugh in that country using a similar structure of the joke.
Of course.
And it was good to be nervous and good to have to kind of work it out again. And I got to tell you, Los Angeles was a tough one to crack, because people in that part of America don't care outside of their state.
And they have so much Botox, you can barely see the smile.
There's
Maybe
no
they're laughing on the inside.
Exactly. There's a kind of shuffling of the body that you know. But it was good to do that. London, I think, a little bit easier because they are more kind of cosmopolitan. They know what's happening in the rest of the world. But I think it's important to kind of test your material and work it in different ways. Then you come home and you get inspired again.
I cannot wait to chat to you a little bit later. I'm touching your leg
I'm so
again, your knee. It's a combination of a leg and a knee. After the break, Bonnie makes a summery frozen dessert, and we chat to DJ, promoter, and entrepreneur Shaun Duvet. We'll be right back.
Express yourself. Any occasion, anytime. Nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Great to have you back with us on Afternoon Express on SABC3. Now, we're about to begin making our semi-freddo. And of course, you can go over to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, for the full recipe and shopping list. This looks delicious, okay? I can't wait to see how we go from here
It's very
to there.
easy. Everything, we're just going to assemble everything.
And I love to help, so let me know what I can do. Are you reaching for this?
Basically, what I've done here is I've already whisked together my caster sugar and my eggs, and I've just lightly simmered that over boiling water. So we can bring that over.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. And then what we're going to do now is I'm going to fold in my double thick cream.
Right.
You can lightly crush the
Should I crush
frozen
them?
berries.
Right here in the bowl.
Yeah.
So they have to be frozen. I mean, do they have to thaw over quite a
Well,
while?
we've just taken it out for a bit. You don't want them rock hard. So we're going to fold this in.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so once that's... Okay, I think you've crushed them to the pulp.
Do you
now.
think so?
So I think we can add them
Do you think
in
I've
here.
pulverized
Yeah.
them?
Okay, so let's add
cool.
that in
Should I
there.
add those? Okay.
Let's just do it bit by bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Okay, and you
alright.
can add some more.
Add some more. Okay. Right.
How delicious does this look?
It looks amazing. I'm gonna eat so much of this.
Okay, and then let's add the last bit
The last
in.
bit. Okay, perfect.
See, you're a natural at this.
I am, hey? Look at how I just pour the mixture into
Well, it
the
is
other
very
bowl.
easy. Not taking anything away from you.
No, of course not. Never.
Okay, so once we folded the cream and the lovely berries
Okay.
in, you just want to top that off with the nougat.
With some nougat. Okay, cool. We love nougat.
I think this is a classic recipe.
Okay, okay.
You can see we've already greased and lined our tin loaf. So we're going to pour it into here.
That looks so yummy. I mean,
Do you want to just scoop the
you
last
could just turn that into a smoothie, right?
and add a bit of fruitness into it?
I know. Okay, perfect. I think we've got it all out.
And we're ready. So we're going to pop it into the fridge for 6 hours. And then when it comes out, we make a lovely berry lemonade with that, and we just drizzle that over.
Awesome. So when it comes out, this is what it should look like. And if yours doesn't look like that, then you need to go back to the drawing board.
Then you haven't done it well.
Exactly. Okay, so now we're going to make our marinated raspberry sauce that's going to go with our
Exactly. And
Semifreddo.
again, very, very, very easy.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pop some raspberries. And then do you want to chop some mint leaves for me?
Okay, I can do that.
And I'm going to add in some sparkling wine.
Okay.
Oh, how delicious does this look?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
it
I'm
smells
going
awesome
to
already.
put some caster sugar into here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. And then, do you want to mix this all together?
This is like proper summer food here.
Oh, it smells amazing.
So you make sure that the caster sugar is dissolved.
Yeah, and then once
it's
it
quite-
has dissolved, then you
quite
can
fine.
drizzle it over your
Cool.
over your dessert. Do you
All
want to do the
right.
honors?
I'll let
Must
you
I
do the
it?
honors because I'm scared of like drowning it. So I want to see how you do it.
Okay.
That's why they pay
So
you
let's
the big
first
bucks.
start with the fruits on top.
Ah, nice. Oh,
Look
that's
how
so
fresh that
yummy.
looks.
I know, right?
Then I think we should just drizzle
And it's
some
obviously
of the sparkling, but not too much.
right.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, that looks absolutely incredible. I can't wait to test it. Bonang is ready on the couch with our next guest.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. Now, he is a pioneer in the South African youth market, from DJ to producer, club owner, marketer, and promoter for almost, listen to this, 15 years. He has become one of the most influential names in the music industry. Joining us to chat about how the scene has changed over the years ahead of the Breathe Sunshine Music Conference next week is Shaun Duvet. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you very much
I mean,
for
you
having
have
me.
so many titles, right? Club owner, DJ, you need to break it down for me, what exactly you do and what clubs you own, where people see you, and put it into perspective for me.
I
quickly.
think when I started in the music business about 16 years ago, I started out as a DJ, bedroom DJ in my parents' house, just finding music, loving music, and my life really just progressed from there, moving forward. From playing music, from playing records to moving into nightclubs, DJing in the clubs, to start promoting, start having my own nights, start bringing international DJs in, started loving the whole marketing side of everything. So I formed a marketing and entertainment-based agency, you know, around it all. Started working more with DJs and brands and collaborating everything more together. And then I started opening up my own nightclubs. And then as I started opening up my nightclubs, I started wanting more and bigger. So I started bringing out acts like Swedish House Mafia and Skrillex and all of those guys. And then I wanted a festival and,
Ultra.
and I did Ultra.
You want the world, you're going to buy it.
So it's been difficult to actually, like, you know, simplify exactly what it is that I do, because I still do all of those things. So I think my Twitter handle is exactly what you just said. I can't, you know, so it's...
I mean, but Shaun, I mean, you own one of the most celebrated clubs in Cape Town, Coco, and you're also a DJ, and you're a promoter, and you organize these massive festivals. What does a day in your life look like? Or does it change from day to day?
You know, it's balance. I think it's just... It's all about balance and how I take it all in and how I manage it all, really. You know, I have an incredible team of people, I have incredible partners. And I think, you know, we treat the business very much like a family, because I feel like I've organically grown into everything that I do. You know, so have my team and so have my partners. And we have this incredible, you know, kind of partnership and teamwork that everybody knows their place, everybody's comfortable. It's very much an open format on like a creative way of thinking. And, you know, a normal day is getting into the office, getting into the studio and kind of sitting down with everybody, working out the production and the strategy for the day and what we've got in the pipeline and what we're planning to move forward on. And, you know, we just evolve and we just deal with it all, you know?
Talking about evolving, I mean, you started 15 years ago, from the dance scene then and the music scene then to now, where, you know, DJs and artists end up on Forbes lists and Calvin Harris is, you know, the most paid in the world. You've obviously been there from the beginning to now. How has it grown?
Well, I think it's grown massively, you know, and I think it's just evolved with time, and you know, it's a good question, but I think the basis of it all is always about like the love and passion for music. And back then, as to now, it's the same thing. Everybody, you know, that's involved in the industry truly loves it, and the ones that are succeeding are the ones that are truly behind it. Someone like Calvin Harris is making incredible music that everybody loves, you know. But it's changed so much, you know. 15 years ago, from the marketing side of things, you know, we're out on like the street corners with flyers and putting up posters, and there wasn't SMS, there wasn't email, there wasn't Facebook, you know, so it was a lot more personal interaction, you know, kind of getting people to the parties. The clubs were smaller and niche, but then again, the bigger events, the festivals were just as big. And with social media and communication today, like everybody's got behind it, and the boom of DJ culture and dance music culture is just morphed into what today is essentially pop culture. And so when acts like Calvin Harris are blowing up, and you know, people like David Guetta doing things with Akon, I think that for me was a big bridge in the entire gap of kind of linking urban music to dance music. And then from that, it's been about 6 or 7 years when America really adopted to it, and it's just blasted into this massive thing of what it is today.
Talking about blasting and massive, when it comes to pop culture and dance music, it does not get bigger than the Ultra Music Festival. We've seen it traveling all across the world, and you were part of the people who decided, let us bring it to South Africa. What impact has it had on the local music scene? And do you remember the day when you said, I'm going to do this festival?
It's been incredible, you know, the response, the support from the fans have been incredible. And I think in terms of assisting the local market, it's been great, because it gives the locals a massive platform to perform on. The beauty of Ultra is it's this worldwide festival. Currently, there's 15 around the world. I mean, it's right as we speak, it's going on in Japan right now. Wow. Bringing in the beauty of like the social media is that it's another platform for everybody to be exposed to. So, you know, a lot of the conversations are how we can take artists from South Africa through to Japan, and how we can take Japan talent here to, you know, I take a lot of the guys to Miami with me a lot of the time to perform on those stages. And that is essentially how we, you know, grow local talent. And it's fantastic. It's
growing locally, the Ultra Music Festival.
Absolutely.
And we're gearing up 6 months away from the next one that's going to be happening February 2016.
February 2016, yeah. Johannesburg and Cape Town, Friday the 26th of February and Saturday the 27th of February at Nasrec Showgrounds. We're expecting about 40,000 people a day. Yeah. And then Cape Town, we'll be on Saturday the 27th, the same day as Joburg, and Sunday the 28th of February at the Ostrich Farm in Cape Town. We're expecting about 20,000 people a day. So, I mean, in total, we're looking about 100 to 120,000 people over the week.
Apart from putting together massive festivals like Ultra, you also take the time out to obviously, give back to the community, to speak. And that's what you're going to be doing at the Breathe Sunshine conference. What can we expect then? What exactly are you going to be touching on?
It's amazing to see something like the Breathe Sunshine conference coming about. I think, I'm not sure how many years they've been doing it for, a few years now, but it's a good collective of people like myself, people in the business, to sit down in panels and open forums and talk about the success of the industry, how to make it bigger, how to make it better, how to work together. And I think it's all about that. It's communication, and it's about putting like-minded people, in one place together and to see where that evolves. And it gives the public opportunity to talk to us and us to them, and really get into insights of how of how the industry works.
Absolutely.
So as exciting as powered as the industry is, there's really a lot that goes into it from behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and these are the forums.
I could sit here and ask you so many questions, but my last question to you, for somebody that's at home, that's sitting right now, wants to get into the music industry, not necessarily the commercial roles like a DJ or a producer, behind the scenes like a club promoter, club owner, how do they go about doing it? What would be your first sort of, I don't know, inspiration to them, words of wisdom?
I think first inspiration, you got to love music. You got to love what you do. You got to be, I think, you got to have passion for it. You got to believe in yourself. And I think just like anything, you got to be dedicated to it. The music business and like the club life and the festival life, it's great, and there's lots of lights and there's lots of fun and there's lots of, there's so much to it, but it's hard work, and you got to be dedicated to it, and you got to, put your heart in your sleeve, and you got to, if you decide to do something, go ahead and push yourself to do it, but be involved in the music. I think if you go to the clubs, check out the DJs, kind of get in touch with them. Like if your friends are into it, into the culture as well, get involved with them as well. I think it's good to have any kind of good business background, so a business kind of economics course or an accounting course. You're going to need numbers for the rest of your life, and
Fantastic. Well, Shaun, thank you very much for coming through, and good luck at the Breathe Sunshine Festival. The best of luck with the talk, and we'll see you at Ultra.
Absolutely.
We can't wait for that, Shaun Duvet, and a dance floor near you. Remember, if you haven't entered our Go Green SMS competition, all the information you need for this week's question is available on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. Our draw for the ultimate grand prize is taking place next week, so make sure you enter now before it's too late. We'll be right back right here on SABC3.
The Afternoon Express team is going green. Join us every Tuesday at 4 p.m. until September as we bring you the most innovative trends in sustainable fashion, food, decor and design, as well as handy tips to help you reduce your carbon footprint.
Answer our Go Green question every Tuesday and stand a chance to win a R1,000 Woolies gift card every week.
Plus, simply by entering, you also go into the big draw for the ultimate grand prize worth over R500,000.
Including a dream sustainable kitchen makeover from Cordev, fitted with Bosch appliances with R300,000. Also, up to R250,000 worth of home upgrades so you can live off the grid. Plus, food and homeware from Woolworths valued at R75,000. And a R25,000 towards a school of your choice with My School.
So, go big, go green with Afternoon Express every Tuesday at 4 p.m. to win these amazing prizes.
Woolies and I collaborating to raise 100 million rand through the My School program. Are you with us?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, when was the last time you kicked off your heels and went for a walk barefoot? Well, aside from being soothing and relaxing, walking barefoot can have some health benefits too. Let's find out more in today's Footsie Tip.
When we were kids, running around barefoot was the norm, but we should still bare our feet in adulthood too. Here are some barefoot benefits. Walking barefoot allows your feet to breathe and improves blood flow. Increased circulation stimulates the foot sensitivity and induces a state of relaxation. Take advantage of warm weather by slipping off your shoes and walking barefoot at home, in the park or along the beach. Follow these tips while enjoying the great outdoors. Pick a soft surface to walk on, like a sandy beach or soft grass. Avoid walking barefoot on streets, which could be dirty or littered with sharp objects. Always carry your shoes with you, so if you don't think the ground is clean or unsafe, you can put them on straight away. Don't overdo it. The tendons and joints in your feet and legs may get stressed, causing pain and inflammation. When you get home, wash your feet well, dry them carefully and apply a moisturizer to keep them soft. Regular walking will naturally build up hard skin on your feet, so use the Shaun Velvet Smooth electronic foot file to buff away hard skin in minutes and keep your feet looking soft and smooth.
If you'd like to take a break for a week and do nothing but walk barefoot along a sandy beach, don't miss the chance to win the ultimate getaway for two to Reunion Island. All you need to do is enter and first make sure that your feet are ready for their moment in the spotlight with a Shaun Velvet Smooth electronic foot file. Then snap a footsie, which is a selfie of your feet looking velvet smooth, and enter via Twitter or Facebook using the hashtags footsie and hashtag Afternoon Express. Winning that island holiday of your dreams couldn't be easier. T's and C's apply, so please visit the Afternoon Express website for details.
From wild nature to clear blue lagoons, Reunion Island offers the traveller a unique adventure, exploring a diversity of landscapes and cultures in one exceptional environment. Classified as a World Heritage Site, Reunion Island's stunning landscape allows you to travel from a volcanic desert into a tropical forest, all in a day. Enjoying the harmony of the island, you can experience a variety of cultures and tastes, from Asian cuisine to Creole markets. Reunion is paradise found. To enter, take a snap of your feet looking velvet smooth and enter via Twitter or Facebook using the hashtags Footsie and Afternoon Express.
Shaun Velvet Smooth electronic foot file. Perfectly smooth skin after one use.
Welcome back to our fabulous kitchen. We're doing all things summer.
Yes.
So we're about to do a cooler now.
A summer berry cooler.
Summer berry cooler.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
We have got some pomegranate juice, which I'm going to make it as we talk. How summer-ish is this?
Yeah, I think this is going to be my best summer yet.
And then we've got syrups, which are very, very trending in the summer. So this is strawberry and mint flavored syrup.
Okay.
So this is going to go in.
And is it quite concentrated or?
It is quite concentrated. So if you want to dilute it, I would do 1 part syrup to 3 parts water make a liter of flavored drink.
Right.
And then I'm going to add in some lemon juice, very citric. Then I'm going to add in a cup of sparkling water. So I'm going to guesstimate here.
What are we saying?
Okay, so
Half,
it's a cup.
about 250 mils. Okay.
And then we have some cranberry juice.
Okay. You don't have to guesstimate at home because you can go to our website, www.afternoonexpress.co.za for the full shopping list and recipe and no guesstimates,
And then we're going to end, with some Brosa strawberry flavored lemonade.
Cool. All right. This is my favorite lemonade, by the way.
So we're going to just top that.
Oh, yummy.
So this is all just for garnishing. We've got pomegranate seeds, we've got strawberries, mint, and obviously ice.
Okay.
Look how divine this is.
That looks so amazing.
Okay, I'm going to leave some space so you can garnish.
Okay, cool. So just any way I like.
Yeah.
Any way I like. Okay, cool.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, a little bit. Not too much mint, eh?
Yeah.
And strawberries.
And strawberries.
Okay, cool.
Or more than
just
one.
Put it next to it. You're all about that garnish,
That looks beautiful. Look at that.
Okay, nice, nice.
And there's your summer berry cooler.
I would have rather actually placed the strawberry there on the rim, but
you can
anyway,
still do that.
Next time.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to be sipping on my cooler while you take a break, but when we return, I'll be chatting to 2 young filmmakers responsible for a film called Necktie Youth. Don't go away.
Fresh Pack. Goodness comes naturally.
Welcome back to SABC3. You're with Afternoon Express. Now, Necktie Youth is an independent film that takes place in a post-apartheid South Africa. It's a dark, humorous story of sex, drugs, and an adolescent disconnect among the multiracial elite of Sandton in Johannesburg, and has been received with critical acclaim across the world. Joining us in the loft is Sibs Shongwe-La, the director, and Elias Ribeiro, the producer of the film. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank
Congratulations on the success of the film so far.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, it's being said that you did something that no South African director has attempted so far in a film locally. What is that?
Oh, man, you tell me. Jeez.
Yeah, I want the secret.
I don't know. I think the film is I suppose, brazen in the sense that South African cinema is kind of, for the past 2 decades, become very formulaic and very predictable, and we kind of tell the same kind of story. And I think that Necktie Youth offers a completely different perspective of what we used to of like the African cinema or the African storytelling landscape. So I think if there's anything different, it's probably that.
How did you guys end up collaborating? How did the meet happen? How did you find that space of saying we are like-minded and we can produce this work together?
I think we kept hearing about each other from different sources.
About how amazing you both were.
I created a bit of a fame for being a very bold producer, and that's what I heard. You have to meet this young filmmaker, Sibs, and he came to my office, showed me some footage, and I jumped on it. It was so exciting what I saw.
Wow. So you've also written the film?
Yes. I kind of been writing it for different versions of the script, reflecting on my generation for the past decade, I would say. And I suppose exactly what Elias said. I mean, since it was such a subversive and weird script, and also the filmmaking techniques are very different, and it was like shot in black and white. When I went to a lot of producers and stuff like that in South Africa, people were very tentative and not really wanting to touch it.
Why black and white? Why did you make that choice?
Well, you know, I kind of grew up as a huge cinephile, so you know, watching like Fellini or Godard, stuff like that, and seeing like Paris for the first time as a Joburg kid in black and white kind of made it like hyper romantic and mystical. So I kind of thought, well, if I'm going to take you to a world that you haven't seen, Johannesburg or Sandton, why not let me elevate it to kind of this romantic, hyper cinematic palette that I kind of really adore.
Right. Now you took an interesting route by casting not actors but your friends, right? As an actress myself, I take offense, but you tell why. Why?
I suppose it was because the film was very much about this generation of kind of like young, affluent suburban
Who are they?
kids.
What are they about?
I don't really know what they're about. I think the film actually kind of tackles that they don't really know what they're about. But I mean, it was like, because I was working with I suppose, such young talents that I kind of thought, well, you know, do you go to, like, you know, a school and cast kids, or do you find people who are part of this generation who understand these themes and work on, you know, rather on a place of honesty than trying to get performances? I kind of thought it would be a bit more generic, because also you know, at this age, you know, 21-year-olds don't really have a lot of cinematic experience acting in front of cameras. So I kind of thought the best way to do it was to find people who were them and kind of workshop this collective identity and put this honesty on the screen.
Does that mean you still had to pay them?
Oh, yes. Ooh, yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
As a producer, where do you see the film positioning itself worldwide?
Well, I think it has already. We're at the sort of middle of our festival career. We opened in Berlin. We went to Tribeca to the official competition,
those are
to
great
Sydney.
Film festivals, yeah.
We won Durban, the best South African film this year, and also Amsterdam, the World Cinema Festival. So I think it's positioned as a film that brings something very fresh to the audiences, that's very authentic, and that represents a part of South Africa that very few people have been exposed to. This urban, affluent, it's not your romanticized views of animals in nice landscapes or poverty in the townships or HIV stories. It's something...
It's contemporary.
It's very contemporary.
What's happening now.
For sure.
Right. And locally?
We are opening on the 25th. Nationwide.
That's incredible.
And
how many cinemas?
We're doing 10 screens, and between Pretoria, Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. And apart from that, there's something quite exciting about this strategy, which is the first day and date release of the history of South Africa. So for the first time, a film will be available on the same date
on the same
cinemas.
day, which is actually today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today, in cinemas, on pay-per-view in over 10 African countries, premium pay-per-view, and iTunes, all on the same date. We didn't have a lot of marketing muscle. We are independent filmmakers. We're trying to perform a miracle day after day.
Of course.
And we thought we have a very strong film that has kind of proven itself worldwide. So let's just show it to whoever want to see it and make it as easy as possible for people to access it, because that's going to make them talk. And that's going to bring more viewers and more viewers. We're trying to start a movement.
And in terms of funding locally, was that a difficult feat?
It was. Sibs, the first-time feature director. He was 22 at the time we made the film. It's a black and white film that deals with a lot of themes, but also suicide. And it was a tough mission. We struggled, we begged, stealed, and borrowed until the end. We finished the film with 1.8 million, which is in film language nothing. And then after we got selected to the big festivals, we got a post-production grant from the National Film and Video Foundation, which allowed us to pay a lot of that. And we've just sank in another couple 100,000 rand in the release, which is what we could afford.
Wow, guys.
We should be spending a lot more than that. But there's enough synergy and buzz and young people really passionate
and
about
affirmation,
We had our Joburg premiere it's not a premiere, but a preview for guests and influencers, and over 250 people showed up to see this black and white small little film that is exploding all over the world. So we're hoping for a miracle.
That's incredible. One last question, why Necktie Youth?
Well, originally the film was called Territorial Pissings. And we kind of ran into, at a really late stage, kind of rights issues and stuff like that. So it was kind of really impulsive, because we were kind of just like juggling back and forth with members of our team domestically and some people that worked on the film abroad, of just different titles that kind of had the energy that we still kind of felt. And for me, it was like I had this title that I'd been attached to, you know, since I was 14 years old. So it was really hard for me to let go of this title. And they had like, there was different things bouncing around with youth. And it was like really impulsive that we're just like, all right, Necktie Youth.
We had a deadline. It was going to go to print on the Berlin Film Festival catalog. And our associate producer in France was actually the person who baptized the baby.
Oh, wow, guys.
But it was after almost a year of going back and forward with Territorial Pissings rights holders. And we love the title so much because it's about these youth trying to find and mark their territory. So it was really, really hard for us to find anything else that was acceptable, and I think we love it now, right? It's really working.
It's surprisingly caught on,
Can we look forward to more collabos between the two of you?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Let's head over to the kitchen and join Jeannie and Bonang, and we get to know them a little bit better through the eyes of chocolate.
Alrighty, thanks so much, Bonnie. I'm very excited about this. Questions, which means something is about to happen. There's going to be tons of fun. But when it comes to your chocolate personality, are you the kind of person who likes to keep things simple and sticks to what they know? Or do you like to mix things up and see, what happens? Well, we've invited Alan back into the kitchen together with Jeannie to take the LINDT Creation Personality Test. This is which chocolate describes him the best? It's very simple. You don't have to think too hard, all right? I've got some multiple choice questions. And I'm going to give
sound effects underneath. We're going to build attention.
I think you are nuts, and Bonang is my chocolate.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. At the end, we'll both know what kind of LINDT creation personality are. You ready?
Yes.
All right, question number one. Which 90s boy band spoke to your soul? Is it A, Backstreet Boys, B, Boys II Men, C, Nirvana, D, NSYNC, E, Westlife?
Ooh.
Jeannie?
Nirvana for me.
Can we choose the same?
Anything.
Nirvana for me as well.
Nirvana for you. All right, there we go. Okay. Question number two. Listen very carefully. You're on your last piece of LINDT Creation chocolate.
What?
And
How's
your
that
boss
possible?
asks for it. Do you, A, quickly shove it in your mouth?
Yes.
B, give it to your boss, hoping it'll bump up your performance appraisal? C, ask, what chocolate? D, break it in half and share it? Or E, look at them with soppy eyes and said, but it's my last one, and hope they'll give in?
I shove it in my mouth.
Shove it in your mouth?
Me too, because I am the boss.
All right, well, there you go. Stop, shove away.
Can we open these?
You might open them, might as well while we do this. This is fun. All right, question three. Pick a location.
Right.
A, sea. B, sky. C, mountain. D, desert. E, underground.
Sky, what was the second one?
C, sky, mountain, desert, or underground.
I'm going to say sky. I'm always on an airplane.
La, you live in the skies, darling. We live in the sky.
I'm at the sea.
In the clouds.
The sea. This is the reason why
All
we're
right, Jeannie says the skies, you say the sea. So, A.
Good. What is this?
Oh, my word, this is incredible.
That's good.
Chocolate fondant.
Fondant. All right, question four.
Right.
Listen very carefully, right?
D.
A 200 rand note blows out of someone's bag, right? The person that's walking in front of you, do you, A, call after them and give it back to them?
Right.
B, give it to a homeless person. C, pick it up and spend it on something meaningless. D, post an ad on Instagram. Or E, let it blow in the wind.
Well, I mean, it's 200 rand, so it is meaningless. It's only going to get you something very little, let's be honest. So I'm happy to give it to a homeless person.
Oh, good
How
for
honourable
you.
am I?
I'm going to buy tickets to Alan Committie's new show with this.
Yeah! Great answer, Jay Dizzle. All right, question number 5. Listen carefully.
None of the above.
None of the above. You make plans with a friend who cancels on you last minute, but then you see a picture of them partying on social media. The nerve. Do you, A, like the picture, B, pretend you didn't see it, C, call them out on it, D, sarcastically comment on the picture, or D, delete them on every social media platform ever?
Wow.
It'll never be done to me, I don't know.
That wouldn't happen to me. If it did happen to me, it becomes a 10-minute segment in my show when that person gets invited to my show. I would get public humiliation.
So none of the above.
None
You're
of
right.
the above was right. I knew it. I sensed that.
All right, question number 6. If you had one superpower,
Yes.
would it be control electronics, B, stop and rewind time, C, fly, D, read minds, or E, invisibility?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think reading minds would be quite helpful, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I'd love to be invisible so I can see what everyone says when I'm not around.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. You just read the paper.
Well, Jean.
Now watch this. Wait for it. Although you are fly, so that should be your...
I'm pretty fly for a white girl, don't you think?
So flashy, we in the sky.
I'm gonna yeah, but I choose fly. I choose fly.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, now that you've answered all the questions, it's now time for me
Will it tell us what we
to
are?
tell you what personality you are.
How did you collate all our
All right,
information?
yeah, don't worry.
You
I've
did
got
this yourself, or did you
superpowers. I've got
All right.
superpowers.
Hey, that is superpower.
So, Alan, you are lemon sorbet. Let me describe you. There you are. You are yellow.
I'm yellow.
You are unpredictable yet exciting.
That's true.
Your instrument is a triangle.
Yes.
And a TV catchphrase is, did I do that?
That's
Steve
true.
Urkel
Did he
done it.
just do
You
that?
just said. But this is you. This is you. Look. That's
Lemon
you.
sorbet.
Trust me,
I
it's
do love
delicious. Go
lemon
for
sorbet.
it.
I'll take that.
All right, Jeannie, my superpowers say you are creme brulee. Heavenly creme brulee. Listen to this. Your color is gold. Your personality, you're always positive. You're a problem solver. You love drums.
Yeah. Or drummers.
With big arms. And your catchphrase is, make it work, Tim Gunn from Project Runway.
Yes, that is so me. I'm creme brulee.
You
all the
are
way.
creme brulee. Well, Alan and Jeannie, thank you very, very much. While they scoff away, if you want to take the LINDT Creation Personality Test, simply visit our website at afternoonexpress.co.za and stand a chance of winning a creation hamper, as well as the Yappa Chef online dessert making course. Simply SMS the keyword LINDT, all right, your name and city to 33378. SMSs cost R1.50, and don't forget to check out our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. We have no more chocolate. I'm gonna go find Alan because now I need some LINDT in my life. We'll see you after the break. Thank you, baby.
Surrender to indulgence. Which will you give into first? Creation from the LINDT Master Chocolatier.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. Make sure you catch Winner Home, the design edition, this evening at 7:30 on SABC3. The teams are given only 2 days to decorate their dining rooms with a meager budget of 20,000 Rand. And with elimination looming, best friends are turned against each other in this suspense-filled episode. You don't want to miss out. Now, something very interesting that happened recently was the discovery of Homo naledi, which has also led to much controversy in the media over the past few weeks. We went to chat with the scientists involved in the project to answer some important questions that everyone has been asking.
The discovery of Homo naledi has sparked interest all over the world, but there are still a few questions floating around on this fascinating find. We talked to the professionals who worked on this discovery about what they have learned so far and how they got it done.
Homo naledi is a new species of hominin. In other words, we're looking at a creature that's not quite human yet, but it's on its way to becoming human and has human-like features. And it falls within our genus, Homo. We are Homo sapiens. And it's called Naledi, which is a creative name given by the team, which means star. And the reason for that was the original cave where it was found was called Rising Star.
Well, at this stage, we seem to think that Homo naledi is around the early 1 million years, around 1.2 million years. Although some people, based on the morphological evidence, they believe that it's about 2 million to 2.5 million years old, which if it is greater than 2 million years old, it would make Homo naledi one of the most early Homo species or fossils out there, which means it might be an ancestor to most of the Homo, if not all, Homo fossils that have been discovered.
Well, one of the main reasons why the results from this project came out so quickly was the use of technology. In the Rising Star project, we've been using a lot of new methods. These include surface scanning, laser scanning, UAV, photogrammetry. We use 3D methods to record and just gather data the entire time. And all that data is much quicker than doing it manually. So we were able to get results a lot quicker than we would on a usual paleoanthropological excavation or even an archaeological excavation.
It's firstly an interesting discovery. When we see the material, we see physical evidence of creatures that no longer exist, creatures that have features that are very much the way we are, but also has many features that are a bit like the apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, that still exist today. The feet are very, very similar. They're almost identical to modern human feet. The hands are also quite similar to human hands, even though the fingers are much more curved. Then we start looking at the shoulder girdle, which is actually quite ape-like, as if it's for reaching up. We're looking at a small brain, much, much smaller than modern humans, about a third of the size. And then we're also seeing a brow ridge. We're seeing a constriction up here with brow ridges over here, which is very unlike modern humans, but it's still within the range of the genus Homo.
There's a lot still to be discovered about Homo naledi. We definitely have not yet looked at the 3D data, and that's our next step, to look at the spatial context of Homo naledi, why it was lying where it was, how it was lying there, how were all the bodies arranged inside the chamber. That's really our next step. Yeah.
So I think there's huge intrigue of where do they fit into the bigger evolutionary story. Now, we haven't answered all those questions yet. There's a lot of work to be done. And as time goes by and we find more of these creatures, we do more varied studies using different technology, we are going to be able to fill in some of the gaps about our origins.
Wow, how interesting is that? Homo naledi.
It's an unbelievable discovery. And yet also, and people have failed to comment on this, Heineke Meyer, the Springbok coach, has also come out and said that as wonderful and as old a discovery as Homo naledi is, still not old enough for his Springbok team.
Oh, man.
Homo naledi is 3 years younger than Victor Matfield. A lot of people don't know that. I just need that needs to get out to the public.
Listen, but Victor Matfield is also quite the caveman.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much for clearing that up.
It's a pleasure. What happened to all the other people at this table?
It's just us, don't worry.
Okay.
All the chocolate, all the juice, and
I got all the chocolate all the time.
Now, Bonnie, how are we going to dish
Please
this?
don't call me Bonnie. Oh, sorry. I'm
that's
so
Bonnie.
sorry. I apologize.
How are we going to dish this beauty?
I have no idea, darling. I only work here.
What is that? What is it?
What is it?
It's a
Yeah, you don't even know.
It's a
Semifreddo.
Semifreddo.
It looks like an ice cream cake. Oh, Bonnie, won't you please pass me some?
All right, yeah.
Go on.
While Bonnie does that, I need to remind everybody, don't forget to SMS LINDT and your name to 3378 for a chance to win that amazing hamper, right? And catch us live on Monday right here on Afternoon Express. In the first 15 minutes, we chat to Corné Kraus from Sibs, and in the kitchen, we're making something called an egg slut. So if you're as curious as I am as to what that is, then make sure you tune in on earlier on Monday at 4 p.m. right here on SABC. You are
an egg slut.
Egg slut.
Then that'll work out who came first, the chicken or the egg.
Exactly.
Exactly. I don't know what that means.
You are incredible, Alan. Thank you so much for coming through.
This is incredible. Bonnie, you've outdone yourself.
This is wonderful.
Would you like a slice?
Well, while we munch away, thank you so much for tuning in. We're back again on Monday at 4 p.m. right here on SABC3. From all of us, it's good evening and happy eating.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Next week on Afternoon Express, we catch up with Seven Delan stars Corné Kraus and Hildegard White. TV presenter Jerry Ranseli joins us in the loft, and we chat to award-winning Nigerian actress Nse Ipke Itim.
Another feel-good production.